the hell are you talking about? Yours is bigger than mine. What the fuck is
What?
that? What? Oh, hey, oh,
Oh,
hey,
oh.
hey, 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 how's it going?
How's the room doing today? Uh, Wow, what a way to start off.
That's not something that you should talk about live.
No,
You know.
no. I don't know who would bring something like that up. Um, so everybody, a bunch of fun going on tonight.
Is
A
there?
bunch of fun around YouTube. What we want to bring you tonight is a Canadian that um, that is stranded in Wuhan speaks out.
Huh?
Uh, yeah, he's over there and he's speaking out because he's coming back. I wonder what he's speaking out again. Oh, thank you very much. Hey,
Oh,
Spartacus, Albany, thank you very much. I
Spartacus, how
need
are
that
you,
joint. I'm
Albany?
pretty much out almost. So,
Well, we got to listen to this bullshit. I might as well do a bong.
yeah. Um, should I play it now or should I wait for a little bit for people to come
Oh,
in?
there's nobody here. Well, there's people here, but not
Just
a
for
lot of people.
I smell smoke.
Oh, I'm sorry. Huh. Is that what they call it nowadays?
No, like actual burning. No.
Yeah, what'd you do? Where were you? Where were you smoking last in the house? Oh no, gonna wake up your parents. Think hard, think fast.
Yeah, but this smells like fucking plastic and fucking. Uh,
What'd you throw in the microwave?
please don't tell them. Oh man, what are you gonna play? Well, the coronavirus. Canadian stranded in Wuhan speaks out against the coronavirus. So we will get to that right now. Since we have a limited time tonight, we only have a little bit of time. You'd wait. What, can you pass the message around? I think everybody's in NC Tyrant's room. We're not going to be here long though tonight. This is not a long. Maybe you might get an hour and a half of OG World Order talls, and if Tank shows up, then you'll have some Tank Boy news too. Make sure if you haven't, I know everybody here has subscribed to him, but if you haven't and you watch this later on, go check out Tank Boy News. Go check out Justin Emo, Howlin' Wolf. Go check out Gary Snowflake. Yeah, but definitely go check out Tank Boy News. So. Yeah.
Good evening, Gary. How are you tonight?
Hey, Gary, what's up? Oh, Emo stream. Oh, really? Did you see the comment that Emo? I'm not gonna beat it down with a bush here, but here's what I said to him. I said, "Lots of respect, brother," and his reply was, "Go get fucked, OG. You're one of those scumbags too," which I've never said a bad word about him.
You shut your fucking mouth, scumbag!
But I really name calling. So I'm whatever he. I've never said a bad word.
Hey, Gary, did you see my comment? All I said to the guy was thank you for the laughs.
Yeah, man.
Too fucking
No
funny.
disrespect. Like
No
sometimes you need to
disrespect,
laugh.
but could you see my comment when you? I've been told that you can't see my comment, and I was the first one to make a comment.
Well, anyways, go check out Justin Emo, Howlin' Wolf. Lots of respect and love to him, and whatever whatever he's going through. Sorry that you think I'm that, but lots of love. Did you see Tulls's? That's what we're having trouble. We couldn't see Tulls's
I
comment.
can see it. I seen it. I still see it.
I can't see it. That's the thing. Unless I'm blocked now.
No thumbs up. No thumbs down.
Oh, here we got the great Gary Snowflake.
I'm getting depressed.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, how's it going, buddy?
Good. How you guys doing? I saw those comments. I was like, you guys are just trying to be nice, and he snaps on you. Hey, no, I feel he snaps on me all the time.
Yeah, man. You should look at it. You're just trying to make the guy laugh. That's what I would look at it. Just laugh at it, man.
Well, he did the Gary Snowflake marathon today. It took him 2 hours, and he still didn't get to all my videos. Everybody's like, hit him with a copyright strike. I said, nah, let the little fella have some fun. You know?
Yeah.
He doesn't realize he's just helping my channel out by doing that. Then he shut all his comments down, so a lot of people started leaving, you know.
Yeah.
What's up?
What's up, Spartacus?
But it was
Hey, I don't
fun.
know if you saw my comment, Gary. I love the SNS video, even though I like SNS.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
still funny shit. Did you do the voice?
Yeah.
I'd love to know how you do that. You made him look like Captain Spaulding and shit with the eyeballs.
He don't like the eyes. He goes, my eyes are too red. And that's not my voice. You did a lousy job with my voice. I said, oh, well, I tried.
Oh, he saw it.
Yeah, oh, yeah, he saw him. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He says he loves him, but I know he hates him. But, you know, what are you going to do? It's all in fun, man.
If
all
it's
in
funny, you know, you got to give it props for being funny.
fun. Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
I
I
think
to laugh every once in a while.
I never did notice all the numbers on his clock were a 5 though, until I saw your video.
No, I look at shit like that. I'm like, wow, that was weird. 5. What the hell's up with that? You know, it's always 5 o'clock years out.
Are you Canadian too, or no?
No, I'm not Canadian.
You have an accent though from somewhere.
Yeah.
Northeastern.
New England. Yep.
All right.
But yeah, he didn't like the.
he said that like he was depressed.
You know, he didn't like the fact that I said he was sleeping with that guy that was in the wheelchair, the colonel.
All right.
Oh shit.
Yes.
But I mean, in all fairness, I told him, I says, "Come on, dude." I says, "You had that whack and troll thing. I went in there just to say hi, and you kicked me out." So
It's
Yeah.
fun time.
I missed the whole whack control thing, but
every Friday, I think he does it every Friday now.
he says some funny shit now and then. Now I got to hand
I'm
it.
gonna have to go visit him on Friday.
Yeah, right. He'll whack in a snap. That fucking guy, you know.
Oh man.
That's pretty cool though. I don't know how you did that with whatever software or whatever to.
Ancient Chinese secret: a magician never.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I tell people, like my friends say that people that know me, they say,
It's there.
even with the
Did you-
software, you know, you got to be demented like you, Gary, in order to pull it off. You know, with the voices and everything.
Fuck
Did
yeah.
you do one of those on El Jefe or something a while back too?
Metal has been. That guy's been dogging me. I'm like, I don't do requests, dude. You know, he's like, oh, how come you don't do one of me? I'm like, don't worry, eventually I may. You know.
Well, I think I seen one a couple months back of somebody who did the same thing,
Hey, Chi-Town Mike
face
CD.
and the lips.
No, I didn't do one of him.
I don't remember who it was. I've seen so many videos in the last few months.
Yeah. But Elmo, he went 2 hours with his marathon, his Gary Snowflake marathon. He still didn't get through all the videos. He never played the ones they did of him, though.
Oh, what? I would have had the whole marathon lined up for just that.
Yeah, no shit, right? Did you guys check out the last few videos he did when I told him that there was no shower curtain? He was taking a
Oh, dude, I saw the video.
Did he lose it or what, man? I thought he was going to out of it.
When he ripped it down, I'm like, you're gonna need a new shower curtain after that.
The cat ripped it up and he rips it down.
I just got one more question. Do you do that for comedic factor, or do you like do it just on people you hate?
No, I never do it out of hate. That's one thing. I never do it. I just do it to be funny, you know. I don't do it.
Well, all right, it's
I
pretty
care less
funny.
about subs. I could care less about likes, dislikes. If one person laughs at my video, then my job is done.
Yep.
There's just
Oh,
too much.
you got me laughing, buddy.
Yep.
Yeah, I
That's
thought
it.
it was funny shit.
Yeah, there's too much hate in the world, man. You know, like Big D and other people that know me, they're like, you know, you bring a lot of laughter, dude, and that's what we need. Keep it up, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm new to the, knowing
But-
Gary Snowflake, so I didn't know. I was just curious.
No, I never go after anybody in a vicious way or anything like that. I mean, Emo, he's a great target. He's just so fucking funny, you know, his rants and shit. And there's a lot of other people. Everybody's got something funny about them. They just don't know it, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, all three of you do. You just don't know it.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh,
Believe
I know
me,
I do.
I've been trolled to death in the last 2 months. So
I'm
I
waiting
guess
to see
smoking
that.
and drinking is
I'm waiting to see that eye start talking.
Yeah, no, the gremlin.
The
Well,
ground.
that
all it
would be
takes is
great.
smoking and drinking, and people hate
Well,
you.
You
the thing is,
fucking pieces
I don't know
of
if you
shit,
guys
wake
know-
up.
You guys know that Gen T lady?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Steve P's got a picture of a side profile, and she has a mole on her nose, the side of her nose. I says, dude, you got to give me a picture of that. I'll make the mole talk. He says, no way. Oh, yeah. Okay.
I don't know if she's got that good a sense of humor to think that was funny.
Well, I did one of them already, you know, but
I'll have to check them out. I've been watching all the audits and cop watch
That's
shit.
fucking
So.
hilarious, dude.
I can't get through that cop watch stuff myself. You know what I mean? It's not my cup of tea. I don't know.
Well, I watch Spit and Cobra for the cop watch because he's good at it.
But I mean, they all follow like Eric Brandt and people like that. I've done some videos of Eric too. He's a funny guy in his own right
Oh,
too.
yeah.
But I'm not going to give him money for his bail and shit. I'm not going to do something like that.
Nah, man. I mean,
I'm gonna bail his
Jesus.
own ass out. You want to get yourself into that, bail yourself out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People love going to jail. I never seen people that love to go to jail as much as these First Amendment auditors.
Yeah.
I ain't going to jail. I said if I audit, the whole point is, right, it's a pass or a fail. So I walk in the door and they say, you can't record in here. I'm like, thanks for playing. Spartacus 1775. Everybody will get a board game. Be the cop. Be the auditor. You know,
Yeah,
I'm out of there. I'm not sticking around to get fucking arrested.
fuck that shit, man. You know, I worship my
I mean-
freedom too much to fucking do that shit.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
in all honesty, if that's the whole point of the audit, it's once they say get out, you're not allowed to do this, then it's
There's your
over.
fail.
Right? That's
Yeah.
a fail.
Yeah,
You don't need to sit there and keep standing there and get the cops out there
well,
and
we're on the
other
phone, right,
cops.
yeah. And then when they get arrested, they're surprised that they got arrested, and the cops are the bad guys for arresting them for like trespassing or whatever. It's like, no, you should have left when you had a chance.
Right. Well, like I told FTP, I said I'm not getting arrested to get subscribers. I don't care that much about fucking subscribers to get fucking tackled in a parking lot somewhere.
Fuck that shit, man.
I'm good.
Not me, man. Not me, brother.
You're
Yeah,
the
but
next
in the
Don't Gaze Me
States,
Bro guy.
now you're talking to a Canadian who's thinking Canadian right now, who's agreeing with you. I'm a Canadian.
Well, there's
I'm not agreeing with you.
You don't agree with me?
I don't. Well, I believe that if it's a government building and that's the people's buildings, you have
Okay,
a right
right.
to be there.
But there's
Even
a
in a
recourse after
courthouse.
they tell you not to.
Even in a courthouse, a judge does not sit there and make law. I believe that's
Yeah.
called Congress.
But
They do not make law. They do not trump your You guys have the best
I
constitution
think it would
in the
also
world.
factor in.
But again, do you want to spend time in jail to prove that you're right
No, but you don't have to. That
and
was my
have to
point.
pay all this stupid money and not to get money back and really wasting everybody's time when it should be coming out of the cop's pocket and not the people's? If
Yeah.
the cop had to pay for this fucking bullshit fake charges,
and my
That
point is that
setting up.
there's no Jameson whiskey or cigarettes in
No,
jail.
I understand what you're
That's
saying
right.
perfectly.
I'm Irish and I don't like Jameson, but here's my point, Tall.
I'm on
Look,
it.
Like when
I
that
look
cop,
at it. I agree with you on this part though. If you want to fuck around and do what you do, pay your own time.
or sit in
Right.
there until you go in front of a judge.
When I was younger and I did what I did, I didn't go around fucking asking everybody for help. I just sat there and waited my turn.
Well, here's my only point. When that cop in Pennsylvania, when that state trooper told me I couldn't record him, I said, okay. And I shut my camcorder off, but he didn't realize he was being recorded by a hidden camera at the same time. So I got what I needed, and I didn't go to his boss. I went straight to the top. I went right to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, called the second in command.
Tempe,
like,
come
no.
on.
He should have known better. And then I got a call right down the line. We're going to take care of it. I said, look, I ain't looking to get anybody fired. I ain't looking to sue anybody. You know, it was a problem that just needs corrected. So just like everything else, the courthouse, you don't have to get arrested. There is an avenue. I don't know what the avenue would be for the judge, but somebody's above the judge or somebody's above the courthouse that you can file complaints, go through the motions, you know, and get the stuff corrected. But that's my point. I don't need to get arrested.
If you stand out in the corner and you say, fuck the cops, I mean, you're asking for trouble, man. You know?
Like I'd like to know, how come it's illegal to film inside a courtroom?
Well, that actually is a technicality because some court cases aren't
Whatever,
open
y'all.
to the public.
But
You know what I
Hey,
mean?
what's
And some
going
of
on?
them are.
They should have signs up saying,
Well, generally they do. And most of the time, there's only allowed to be one recording
because I
device
remember
in
years
the
ago,
courtroom.
people
So,
were filming in courtrooms and shit, as long as they weren't filming the jury.
Coming up right here.
Hold on a second. Did you guys
like,
look at this? Did you all see what did you go through, brother?
But yeah, me and Phoenix Cop Watch were here at ASU here in Tempe because former Sheriff Joe Arpaio was here being hosted by one of the white supremacy groups. And that shit got heated. I have a full 3-hour video. Whenever you guys get the chance, go and check it out.
how long is it?
It's like a 3-hour video.
It's already on your page.
Yeah, it's a.
So,
It
can I post the link in the chat so people can go check it out?
Yeah, it's there. If you could grab the link, feel free to grab it.
I'm
Who
already
are we
on
talking with?
Can you put it in? Can you put it in the chat, please?
Yeah. Is your face on there so Gary can do a bit? No, I'm just kidding.
Make a right turn. Yeah. Do you have a C-cell charger? Somewhere. Do I have my phone?
Who is that? Oh,
That's Phoenix Cop Watch.
Phoenix Cop? I don't think I'm subbed to Phoenix Cop. I'll have to go look him up.
Who is it? It's OG World Order.
Hey, how's it going, brother?
And who else is in here?
Talls,
Talls.
Spartacus, and Gary Snowflake.
I can't believe you put me before Gary Snowflake.
You want to do Cop Watch? We can, yeah. Okay.
Alright.
But yeah, I'm gonna go and grab that video. I gotta do some things so it don't go missing.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So yeah, I'll chop it up with y'all.
Okay, man.
All right.
Alright.
Bye.
Ciao.
My only last opinion is, like I said, it's funny as hell and it's entertaining to watch them guys get arrested and fuck with the cops because God knows I'm gotta be one of the Eric Brandt people that if I could just tell cops to eat shit all day long, I would. But I know it's not gonna do me any damn good.
Well, I know
But,
up here in Canada, I'd be in jail. It's my first audit, and I'd be fucking probably get 6 years.
Yeah. So see, and if change is really, it's not even change, but if awareness is really the deal, why do they argue with the civilians too? Why aren't you supposed to be
Well, why are
explaining
you
to the civilian?
arguing with your bosses? We're not
Yeah.
their civilians. We're their bosses.
Well, no. I mean the auditors. Why are they telling the general population to fuck off instead of saying, "Hey, look,
Why
this
is
is
why is the
explaining
general
it to 'em.
population telling them not to film them and all this
Because
shit
the
when
general
they say to
population
them that this
is
a
uneducated.
constitutional right, and we have the right to film in public, and you have no privacy in public, and the people still fucking get pissed off
because they don't know.
because
ignorant.
they don't care about their own rights.
You're right, but they can tell you who.
Then,
I'd rather sit around the house, drink, smoke weed, and make funny videos.
yes,
You
I
sound like a
agree.
comedian that I know, Gary. Who was the guy that dated Robin Quivers for a while? John, what was his name?
I have a
Yeah.
lot of respect for the auditors. I know for a fact I could not do it, and I'd be in jail.
I couldn't do that. No, I can do
Jim
that.
Florentine. You kind of sound a little bit like Jim Florentine. No
Well,
offense intended.
I look at our cops up. I have no respect for our police up here in Canada at all. If our government is breaking laws left and right, why should I have respect for them if they're not going after them? But they'll go after auditors who are on
Yeah.
the street not breaking
Because
the
somebody's
law.
challenging their authority, and that pisses them off.
Don't
See, I
matter.
hate-
The government just challenged every fucking citizen's authority.
Well, I hate
Did it
saying that
more
I hate
than
cops.
once.
Because my grandfather was the chief deputy sheriff, loved him to death. He was my mentor. And, you know, we're talking about a different group of people. We're talking back in the 80s. We're not talking about these new kids we got now, hand them a gun, and they just want to do it, you know, power trip shit.
There's good cops out there. There's bad cops.
I don't believe in violence.
People are bad people. So.
You know, every time I say that, Gary,
Yeah,
I get up
Ontario.
tomorrow morning and somebody's got another
Or
video
Ottawa.
of some cop doing some dumbass shit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I hear you on that one.
Honestly, I believe they just don't like to be challenged. They're told they're in charge. They're told
No.
we have this power, and as soon as somebody stands up, they
This is
get
a
pissed.
fact.
Hey, Ottawa Valley Chronicles. Thanks for coming in.
This is
Beat
a
after
fact.
beat.
Anytime you give a human being power over another human being, they turn into an instant fucking
They abuse
asshole.
it. Yeah,
They
power
abuse
corrupts,
Absolutely. Yep.
And
and
I
absolute
don't bow
power
to
corrupts
them.
absolutely.
Power trip beyond belief.
In
That's
any
why I can't hold on to
aspect,
a
not
job.
even in law enforcement, in your
Not even-
job.
yeah, exactly. Not just in law enforcement, anything. You like
Yeah.
say you're a property, you make a guy a property manager of a property. He turns into a dickhead. Like he owns the fucking place, you know, and treats people
Yeah.
like that.
I try to deal with our code enforcement guy where I live, and the guy's the biggest dick on the planet.
Yep.
I'm like, why you got to be a dick, dude? I just called to ask you some questions. I'm trying to get a permit. Where can I look up this information? Well, there's 9 books that cost $87.14 a piece. And, you know, like he cured cancer and developed his own fucking university. And I'm like, I had a couple questions. That's all, buddy. That's all.
Yeah, I
And
love
his job, you know, his job ain't secure. All I got to do is run for tax assessor, and I could probably beat him, you know.
Yeah, right, exactly. And he knows that. He knows that you're smarter than he is. He's just trying to act smarter than you. But hey, it is what it is. You can't stop it. You know, it's been like that
Well-
since the beginning of time. So
Yeah, the power thing. Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah, it'll never end. It'll never
Well,
end.
it's not the power in this country that destroys this country. It's the
Holy
ignorance
jeez.
that destroys the
Good
country. Because the
evening,
people are
Canadian
supposed to
Rights Media.
police our elected and appointed officials, right?
Hey,
But
Canadian
the average
Rights Media.
person doesn't understand that, you know. But they know who won the last
Beat
10
after
Super
beat.
Bowls.
Big Tim. Ottawa Valley Chronicles. Fuck.
Beat after beat. How are you doing tonight, buddy?
What's up, Big Tim? Big
If anybody wants to
Tim.
join in,
Tim, how are you?
I don't know if you guys want to talk. Come on and talk about the coronavirus in Canada. Was what we were gonna.
Wait,
Put that shit up there.
my mother always told me if you just ignore
Oh
something,
yeah, we have
it will
it
go
here.
away.
There's already like 4 confirmed cases
Oh no shit, huh?
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
2
all
in
over
Canada
the
In
and
place.
4
Ontario.
down here.
They're flying them all in, buddy.
Yeah,
160.
Yeah.
160,000 have are coming back.
As long
They
as
want to make sure they wipe us out.
as
Oh,
long as they don't
OG.
fuck with the bacon, man. As long as they don't fuck with the bacon, I don't
Yeah.
care.
Just
Oh,
call.
that's the first thing that they're gonna go for.
Look, OG. My mom, like I said,
What's
my
the
mom
dress
always
code?
said, if you ignore it, it'll just go away.
You hope it will.
Yeah.
Doesn't usually work that way, but you can try to ignore it.
Yeah, it didn't work that way when I came home with a black eye either. What happened? I tried to ignore the bully and he punched me in the face.
Right,
So much
exactly.
for that. Wait, if I ignore the black eye, will it go away?
Come on, we know you don't answer questions. We won't ask too many.
I can't. I hate that I can't see the chat, but you know, it is what it isn't. We got. Oh, here it is.
pictures we have of that plane carrying about 200 American evacuees from China. That is the plane taking off from Anchorage, Alaska, where it stopped to refuel. All of the passengers have been tested for coronavirus several times. Nobody reporting any symptoms. It will land in about 3 hours' time in California to be tested again, those passengers. These are consular officials and their families and some other Americans who will be able to get on board. We know to this point, Canada is not looking at flying its citizens out of Wuhan, out of Hubei, the province around Wuhan, the epicenter of the coronavirus. We heard yesterday from the Foreign Affairs Minister that there are some 250 Canadians in the area, and about half of them have requested help to get home. Ottawa hasn't made a decision yet. All options are on the table, and it's in talks with allies as to what its next steps should be. In the meantime, there are many Canadians stuck, and we're going to meet one young man who is exactly in that situation. He went to spend the holidays with his girlfriend's family in Wuhan, and he is still this morning stuck there today. His name is Patterson Wu. My guest this morning, Patterson, thank you very much for being on our program today.
Thank you, Heather.
I know you're supposed to be flying home tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, in your schedule, but it looks like that's not going to happen because of what's going on in Wuhan and with this new coronavirus. You know, when did you start to get concerned, Patterson, or when did it dawn on you that, boy, you weren't going to get home as you'd planned?
I guess
when they told us,
because we were still hoping to be able to get out on the 27th. But then the news came suddenly on the 23rd in the morning when the government official released the notice that they are locking down the entire city. It came as a shock, and yeah.
So yeah, that was from Chinese officials locking down the city. Nobody could get out, no trains, no cars, no planes, and that included you. So there you are wanting to get home to Vancouver, and I know you looked for help from Canadian consular officials. Tell me who you contacted and what response you got.
So it took me a while to actually contact the embassy in Beijing. I phoned on the day of and every day afterwards, but the first day when they were off Chinese New Year holiday was on the 27th. So that's the first time I made contact with them. I left a message and they phoned back in 4 hours. They told me they did not have enough information about Wuhan to assist me, but they will reroute me to Shanghai. That's who I talked to in Shanghai, was a lady who told me she would be able to provide some information. And she asked if I spoke Mandarin. I said yes. So she gave me a link to a website on the Weixin, which is a popular Chinese social media website where they share information about hospitals.
So I'm going to bring that up because you sent that to us. This is the link that you got from, these are Canadian consular officials in Shanghai. They sent you a link in Mandarin. At least you read that. At least you can read that. I couldn't. So you made several attempts to reach Canadian consular embassy officials, and the net help you got was this link. Am I summing that up correctly, Patterson?
Yes, that was all they were able to provide. And I also asked about plans and evacuation plans, and they said there was none at the moment.
Okay. This link, by the way, tells you what local hospitals are around to help you if you feel sick, or what information does that link provide?
The link is mostly to provide you with a list of hospitals that you should go to based on the area in Wuhan you are at.
Okay. When you got that information, little bit that it was, and when you had those other repeated attempts, what was your reaction to the degree and level of help you were receiving?
Well, I tried to phone them for many days now, but they were on holiday while we were still stuck in the city with the epidemic happening in the country. It kind of felt like finally I got something, but at the same time, it kind of felt like this is all I got. But yeah.
What would you have expected instead?
I think I would have expected like at least an official information site instead of a post to a Chinese website that the government compiled for us.
Something
because I know for a fact that in Wuhan and anywhere in China, when you go to a hospital, you scan their personal ID cards in order to receive treatment. and they did not provide any information as to if I need that card or what should I do if I don't have the card, and then they requested. None was given about that.
So, is it fair to say that you didn't get the level of help that you thought you should have in this
Asking the same
circumstance
questions over
for
and
you
over
in
again.
Wuhan?
Yeah, by the 27th, the number of patients with the disease was over 1,000. I think there should have been more support.
The minister said yesterday, as he talked about helping Canadians, because there are about 250 people like you registered in the Wuhan area, and about half of them would like to
And who speak wonderfully English.
form a flight.
Yeah.
All options are being considered,
They're
but
wonderful.
at this point, looking at flying Canadians out. What do you think the Canadian government should do for you and other Canadians in this situation?
I think even if they are not able to fly out south, I think one other country was providing bus services to drive us out of Wuhan to another city for quarantine. I think something like that would also be served better than what's happening now.
Okay, so you'd be willing to go into quarantine for a period of time before coming home if that was required.
Yeah, I am totally fine with that. Yes.
As long as
So
Jennifer
let's talk
Aniston
about
was there.
How are you feeling? Are you okay?
Right now, I'm feeling slightly more positive. The news coming out of the Chinese government and Chinese news outlets are becoming more and more positive, and so are Western media. So I'm trying to stay positive right now.
And your health, everything okay?
Yeah, everything. I'm perfectly fine. I don't show any symptoms. I've never had a fever while I'm here.
What have you been doing? I mean, we've seen pictures of Wuhan. It's essentially a city. There's nobody out and about. It's essentially in lockdown, and there you are at your girlfriend's parents' house. What have you been doing to pass the time?
Playing Call of Duty.
Well, since we're all locked in here for roughly around 2 weeks now, we've just been. I bought VPN, going through YouTube, going through news outlets, watching TV. It's as much stuff as we can to pass the time while being confined inside the house.
Getting to know each other pretty well, I would imagine, on this.
Really well, Sally.
Here in Vancouver, I mean, how concerned are they? What are you hearing from them?
Okay.
Uh,
We got the basic fucking shit from that guy.
Do what?
We got the
Lost
basic
Gary.
shit. Oh, did we?
Yep, no more Gary. All right, let me sum that up for you. So, we know you found out when they told you, and if you had any questions, you'd call the embassy. So, at what point did you realize what you needed to know, and who did you contact? When they told me, and I contacted the embassy? What did you expect other than this Chinese website that looks like the explanation of how
Doesn't
the
that look-
morning after pill works?
It looks
Oh.
prepared though, doesn't it?
No, it looks like a diagram on how the morning after pill works. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I can go over to the United States for 6 to 9 months before I got to start paying taxes in both countries. How long have these so-called Canadians been over in this diseased area? Years?
I don't know. Well, the good
Years.
news for me was they're going to land in
And
California.
now that the shit has hit the fan, now they're Canadian? Yeah.
Well, like
True.
a Chinese guy with an
True.
an American
Close that shit
name.
down.
We seen what they did for ISIS. Fuck, they gave them millions. Fuck. They better do something for us or we're going to sue them while Trudeau's in office too. We'll all get money too. Oh, this is a good one.
Well, like I said, I'm glad the plane's landing in California because that's a great place to start a virus. And what about this shit? Do you believe this? Now it's a conspiracy theory that Kobe Bryant died. The government tried to kill him. He was, you know what I mean?
Really?
Does anybody believe that there's? Yeah, I saw some video about conspiracy theory. You know, they tried to kill Kobe Bryant because he's been to China, or I don't know, all kinds of shit.
Is he a Clinton body count now? Is he one of them too now?
Did you say Clinton body count?
Yeah.
I-
That's just a bullshit thing.
Well, my point
I'm
was
not saying the body count is bullshit. Just about
No.
him. What I just said.
the
is
the
pure
kill
bullshit.
list is bullshit. Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that.
Oh.
I'm saying what I just said about him.
Ah. But see, it's shit like that that makes every other
That makes
theory
everybody else
become
turn
a
around and go,
conspiracy
"Hey, I
theory.
never
Yeah.
thought of that. Let's go with that one."
No, I was gonna say
He was an
it's-
undercover FBI, CIA fucking
Yeah.
person
It's shit like
who
that
fucking went to
that-
China and was undercover and got out so much infrared and they killed him.
Wasn't that Dennis Rodman?
Yeah. It's conspiracies like that that completely obliviate all the other
Truth.
ones that are
People like the
actually
bullshit.
real.
Some people
Well,
like
like
the
they-
bullshit.
they
But
take away
when
any kind of-
conspiracy theorists do tell the truth, then it's, oh no, that's pure bullshit. I look at it
Right.
when the news says that it's pure bullshit. I would look at them twice, maybe 3 times.
Oh, I can see. All right. Ottawa Valley Chronicles. What's going on? I guess it's me, you, and Ottawa County. Gary left. You too, Gary. I didn't sub that guy because I didn't know his intentions when he does those videos, but now that I do, maybe I'll go sub him.
Like I still gotta ask
It's all in
American
good fun.
people this impeachment hearing bullshit.
I haven't even watched it.
How come there's so much Canadian law down there? How come they're not following American law? Hearsay is not a law in the United States, but it is up here.
Oh,
Valley.
sure it is. You never watched the Dukes of Hazzard?
Oh, come on now.
Ottawa Valley. if you wanna
And
come
I
on, come
watched
on,
all
brother.
the black and white cop shows where the cops used to just walk in the house without a warrant too and everything else. Yeah.
Oh, they can't, but they do it and get away with it.
Oh, at times they do.
Well, no, and then it comes back to what I originally say. Every time I argue with or discuss something with people, they say, well, it's the government, it's the government. It's not the government, it's the people. In this country, we, the people, are supposed to control the
people
government.
are the ones that are supposed to tell the government what to do
Exactly.
and everything, but not just a group of people from certain areas.
No, the majority,
Everybody.
or at least an overwhelming majority, yeah. And the overwhelming majority is ignorant concerning the Constitution and the Bill of Rights.
But right now, they're really trying to get everybody divided, and that, to me, from what I've
that's
seen,
easy.
started under Obama. But
No, that's
hey,
been going on for a long time, but
well, I know
he didn't
that,
help
but
it
it's-
any. He didn't help it
He
any.
didn't help it. Well, he helped gun sales. He did. He was the #1 gun salesman in the United States
Yeah.
under his term.
Yeah, but I still blame the people because in this country, you should want to know what your government's supposed to do. You should want to know what your rights are. But I used to drive around on the radio and I'd say $100 right now to the first person who can tell me what the 8th Amendment says in 10 seconds. That way you don't Google search it. Nobody knows. But if I said, hey, I forget, who won the Super Bowl 3 years ago? Yeah, everybody would key up over top of each other to say it was probably the Patriots. I don't know because I don't give a shit. But you know what I mean? People know that. They know NASCAR statistics, baseball, sports shit. They don't fucking understand. See, the 8th Amendment is supposed to protect us from cruel and unusual punishment and excessive fines and penalties. So how the hell does somebody have a $50,000 bond? That's an excessive penalty. It's not exactly a fine, but I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hang on.
Wrong hole.
I sound like OG. I don't
No,
know. See, that's the
I-
shit that pisses me off.
I don't know.
It's the people. The people are to blame. And the trolls that try to disrupt all the shit when you're trying to do nothing more than protect their rights too.
Yeah, but they don't want you to. They're in cahoots. They don't like your country. You got just as many assholes down there as we do up here that fucking hate their own fucking rights.
I don't think they hate their rights. They just have nothing better to do than to fuck with people.
They hate their own rights. Or
But
you
they
can look at
exercise
it,
their own rights to
or
fuck
you,
with people.
well, they don't even know their own rights to exercise. They make them up as they go.
Yeah, well, my favorite one is, oh, well, I'm in your live chat and you're booting me. What about free speech? YouTube is a private sector company that has their own rules and regulations, and my channel is my private channel. You know, they think Well, you're being hypocritical because you kick people out of your live chat.
Yeah.
No. We're not talking. The government is the one who's supposed to recognize our rights. Not my fucking YouTube channel. If I don't want your bullshit in my YouTube channel, you're out of here. That's not me being a tyrant and kicking you out of my. No. I don't need your shit. I got other things to deal with.
Yeah.
And they actually think it's the same thing. It's not the same thing.
Oh.
Now I know what you feel like, OG, when you take a big drag. Except mine was liquid. It went in my lungs. But that's all right. Anyhow, I don't see anybody in the chat. They all over Jeff's channel, huh?
Yeah.
How many you got showing? I can't see.
I have 4 current viewers.
How many?
4.
Oh, well, that's about what I had the other night when I went live.
That's all good. People can watch it
And 3
later.
of
That's
us-
why we're doing it. That's
And
why
3
we're
of us
doing
were on
it short.
panel.
So people can watch later. They don't have to watch right now. I know a lot of shit's going on right now. So we're just putting it out so people can, when they get bored, they can.
Well, they just don't know I'm here.
Yeah. Oh, we know Zero.
Oh, Spartacus is over there? Sorry, Jeff. We got to go. Well, and that kind of burns my ass a little bit. Like, I go to everybody's live stream all day long. I go to people's live streams. I'm typing in there, hey. Because I have people's bells rung. And then when I go live, like 3, 4, 5 people show up. I'm like, you know what?
I
Not
can't.
that I think I should have 100 people in there,
Yeah,
but,
they show up.
15,
They show
20.
up. Yeah, do they talk to you in the chat room?
No, nobody shows up. It's,
You can
it's usually the
delete
same people.
the comment Ottawa Valley. I can't delete it. I don't think.
Delete what? What do you say? Let me read it first. Oh, yeah, go ahead. What is that? Beat Taft.
I can't delete. You're gonna have to retract it yourself.
Oh, beat after
Ottawa.
beat. Sorry. What's up,
Hey,
buddy?
beat after beat.
Still here. I'm sitting there going, beat Taft. Tur. It's like playing some kind of what is that damn game called?
Yeah, I
It's
have
pretty
it.
funny. Mad Gab. It's a pretty fun game, but you would see that, be Tafter, and you'd have to sound it out, and then your partner would have to tell you what they said. It's kind of fun, especially if you're drinking. Mad Gab. Not doing a plug for Mad Gab, YouTube. I'm just telling the story.
No
What's up,
problem.
buddy? I don't know beat after beat, and I can't get to your channel.
Oh, you
because
should go
I'm on
check
the
out his
panel.
channel, man.
I can't. I'm on the panel.
Oh, tell me to send you.
Good channel.
Is that
Yeah.
that the name of his channel? All
Yep.
one word?
Yep.
All right, and what's that a picture of? I can't see. Is that the symbol? What is that?
Hold on a second. I'm gonna go right to his
Looks like a
channel.
honeybee taking a piss. I don't know. I can't tell what the hell it is. My eyesight's bad. I'm not making a joke. I just can't see.
Looks like a Canadian maple leaf to me. Red.
There's his channel. I put it in the thing, and I'll put it in private too. You should be able to see private.
Yeah, but then if I go to it, it'll kick me out of here, right?
Oh yeah.
Wait, I'll take a picture of it. It's not in there yet, though.
It will be in a sec. Oh, where's fucking Talls go?
Wait for it.
Oh,
Yeah, and I get it. Talls is trying to be serious, but I have to make jokes because I mean I've been doing a lot of this shit for 2 decades, and it's this I was gonna say disheartening, but they're discerning. You know, people listen to you just long enough to this is bullshit, but then they never act. Like I spent a lot of money over the years investing in people I thought were gonna be part of a tax quote unquote revolution for nothing. 15 years, right? A lot of money, a
Yeah.
lot of time, It goes nowhere. People get excited. Oh shit, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, and then they're gone. Now this quote unquote community, quote unquote First Amendment auditors, there's a lot more people involved, but if you can't even get your fellow citizen to understand you have the right to record, how are you gonna you know what I mean? How are you gonna force
Yeah.
the fucking government officials to recognize it? It's not as easy as a battle as they think it is. I could be wrong, and I'd like to be wrong, but you know, spending a lot of time of my life, you know, trying to initiate that kind of movement and seeing how it actually goes down. I'm not trying to be negative or anything. I just, you know.
No. Ottawa Valley, is the C a capital or is it just a lowercase c?
All right, hang on. I'm never gonna get to his channel, so I'm gonna drop out, go to his channel, sub him, and then come back. Unless you don't want me to come back.
Yeah, you're welcome back.
All right, I'll be back then. I'll be back.
Okay, no. Yeah. Yeah. So, anything you want to add to that, then? Calls?
No.
No? Should I just play the next video?
Sure.
Listen, so the latest on the coronavirus and the consular response, we now have 160 Canadians which have been asking Canada for consular assistance in China. We have secured a plane to repatriate Canadians who so wish to come back. Now, the next step, obviously, is to work on the diplomatic front and the logistics, obviously, with our Chinese counterparts. We are engaging in discussion as we speak. And I also want to advise Canadians that we have changed our travel advisory to advise Canadians to avoid non-essential travel to China. So, en français, écoutez, on a maintenant 160 Canadiens et Canadiennes qui ont demandé une assistance consulaire présentement en Chine. Nous avons sécurisé un avion, un aéronef qui pourra transporter les Canadiens et les Canadiennes qui veulent être rapatriés au Canada. Bien évidemment, nous travaillons de concert avec les autorités chinoises pour obtenir les autorisations au niveau diplomatique, mais aussi toute la logistique que l'on doit organiser. Et finalement, je veux aviser les Canadiens et Canadiennes que nous avons changé notre avis aux voyageurs d'éviter les voyages non essentiels présentement en Chine.
Will you Quebec?
Sure.
When the Canadians come back, are you going to be holding them in isolation for a period of time?
So that is also part of the processes that we're working out. Well, Francois Philippe had lowered this so far. I don't know how to raise it. Someone else will have to do it. I'll start over. So part of the process now is figuring out exactly what our protocols will be when we return Canadians that wish to come home. And we're working very closely with our U.S. counterparts who obviously have some experience in this and have set up some best practices. And we'll be following their lead very closely. And we'll have more to say as those processes unfold.
The World Health Organization, qui sont en Chine, qu'est-ce que vous faites de...
Répétons, on va aller.
Le Québec veut rapatrier les Québécois qui sont en Chine.
Alors, j'ai parlé aux autorités québécoises aujourd'hui, juste avant cette conférence de presse-là. Je les ai informés des actions que nous allions entreprendre. Je viens juste de terminer aussi un appel avec le secrétaire aux Affaires étrangères du Royaume-Uni. Alors, je peux vous dire qu'on est vraiment coordonnés. J'ai placé un appel avec la ministre du Québec, la ministre des Relations internationales, pour l'informer des mesures que nous allions prendre pour rapatrier les Canadiens et les Canadiennes qui voudraient revenir.
The World Health Organization today issued some advice to countries that are indeed evacuating citizens from China. What can you specifically draw from the advice from the World Health Organization in terms of what Canada's plan needs to look like?
Well, I have not seen that specific evidence, and I'm happy to come back once I've reviewed it. I'm also very comforted by the fact that Dr. Tam is, as I've mentioned, an expert advisor to the World Health Organization. They will be having a meeting tomorrow, and we'll have more to say at that point.
Oui, oui. Il n'y a pas d'inquiétude pour les Canadiens et les Canadiennes à avoir. Je suis en contact avec l'ambassadeur Barton tous les jours.
What? That's all I be saying. What? The fuck did you just say? They could be talking about something totally fucking different.
On a les équipes nécessaires sur le terrain. Une situation qui est dynamique, ça change évidemment. Faire, c'est toute la partie. Écoutez, ce qu'on est en train de faire, ce que je peux vous dire, puis on il faut ensuite. Si là, cette ville-là, évidemment, les autorités chinoises pour assurer la logistique.
So serious, and she's laughing in the background.
So what I was saying is that once you have secured an airplane, which what we did yesterday, and I was in touch even with the CEO of the company. So the plane is secured. Now that's step one. After that, obviously, in parallel to that, we need to work with the Chinese authorities with respect to the authorizations you need to bring the plane, obviously, in China, but also work on the logistics. Canadians understand, and once you have a plane that you could repatriate Canadians, those who wish to be repatriated, then we need to work on the logistics because, as you know, this city is. So we are talking. I just finished a call with the Minister of International Relations of Quebec. I just literally finished a call with Secretary Raab of the United Kingdom. We are all coordinating. We're all talking to each other to make sure that, as Minister Aydou said, we've learned from best practices. We are coordinating. And we'll come back to you as soon as we have more to say with respect to the next steps. Now we're working together.
Run! It's out of control. Run!
I cannot answer that question right now, but we will ensure because, as I told you yesterday, we are in touch with them. We are asking these questions, but there will be a process as we're looking at repatriation. There'll be a process, obviously, which has been applied by other countries as well. So as more, when we have more on that, we'll certainly come back to you.
What's the company? You said that.
Well, it's a charter airline. Let's say it's a charter airline. It's not going to be a military aircraft. It's a charter airline specializing on repatriation.
Are you looking at scenarios where you would be putting these hundreds of Canadians into, say, a military base or something like that?
So the first and foremost thing to remember is that we will always work to ensure the health of Canadians, whether they're abroad or whether they're here. So yes, what we're looking at is a scenario where we have all the measures in place to protect Canadians from exposure to the virus. And having said that, that's about as far as I can go because we know that, for example, the US has a process that's working very efficiently and that is working in a very similar way that we're working on the virus in our domestic approach. So we'll come back to you with the steps as we develop them further.
But are you, among the options, you're saying you're looking at military bases. Are you also looking at just sending people home and letting them deal with it on their own? And then I have another question because I don't know if I'll get my turn again. Yesterday, you couldn't really answer whether people who are already sick in China would be allowed to board the plane back. Have you figured that part out? And then, Monsieur Champagne, est-ce que c'est une question d'heure ou de jour de rapatriement? Vous avez un aéronef, est-ce qu'on attend quelqu'un?
So in terms of the questions around the processes, I will not speculate at this point what exact process will be in place, other than to say that the goals of the process will be to protect the health of Canadians, both here in Canada and the health of Canadians who are returning. In terms of your second question, will people be allowed to come back if they're sick? These are the conversations that we're having with our partners, including China, to determine how, in fact, people are allowed to board and what the processes are. Obviously, some people may be engaged with the medical system, and that's the hard work that Minister Champagne and his team are doing to determine what support people need. Let's remember that not everybody in China that's on the list of people that would like support want to come back to Canada. In fact, as I said yesterday, Some of the concern is around supplies that they might be running out, challenges moving around the region, being separated from families that might be in another part of the region. And so Minister Champagne's team is doing a thorough job trying to understand the numbers of people that want to come back, as well as what other kinds of ways we can support Canadians in a very difficult situation where mobility has been essentially cut off from other parts of the country.
Monsieur Champagne, just a second. Sorry, he didn't answer the question.
So, votre question, c'était sur le nombre de jours que ça peut prendre. Écoutez, je peux juste regarder ce que ça a pris dans le cas de d'autres pays. On parle de plusieurs jours que les autres pays ont dû évidemment prendre pour assurer la logistique et les autorisations. Donc, je peux vous dire, c'est le temps que ça a pris. Évidemment, on est en contact avec les autorités chinoises sur, évidemment, obtenir les autorisations diplomatiques, mais aussi toute la logistique. So in English, the question was about how many days, and the only thing I can say to Canadians, I can reflect on how many days it took for the U.S. and for the others who had plane landing there. It took a number of days because you need to work out on the diplomatic side, you need to work out on the logistics side. But what we're going to be making sure in the meantime, and Minister Aidu said it very eloquently, we're going to provide all the consular assistance to the people. We're keeping them updated. We're talking to them almost on a daily basis. So we will inform Canadians, and from those who have requested.
Why is so much longer than other countries to get to this?
Well, I would disagree with you because I was in touch. Well, I was in touch with all the others, sir, and I will tell you, Canada is at the forefront of the response. We are talking with the allies. The only plane which has landed is a U.S. plane which was scheduled to be there. The other one is Japan this morning. I've talked to my counterparts. We're in touch with everyone, and I can assure you that the government of Canada is there to respond to this consular emergency that Canadians want there, and we will continue to do so. We're using best practices. Like I said, you need to tailor the response with the need of the people. We have now 160 Canadians who need consular assistance. We're in touch with them. We're assessing their needs. I would say we're responding appropriately. We have a plane secured like the other nations. And now we're working like the international community to get the landing permission and obviously the logistics.
And if I could just add to that, I think what's important to remember is at the beginning of this, we didn't actually have a fulsome picture of who was in the region because so many people were not registered. So we actually didn't have a sense of what the number of Canadians from our particular side of the records. And so I think the work that we've been doing to make sure that people know that they need to register and that they need to reach out so that we can actually find them has been has directly resulted in the rise of numbers that are people.
Who is going to pay?
Listen, the first and foremost thing now is to help Canadians.
So
With
is it
respect to the
taxpayers
cost, I
who-
would say we've not spent much time on that yet. The focus now is offering the consular assistance to every Canadian who needs that. We'll get back to you with the details.
And I would add that I think, listen, Canadians expect us to protect their safety and their health. And, I agree with my colleague. This is premature to talk about what budget line this is going to come from, but I'm pleased to live and represent a country that believes that we need to take every action to protect the health of Canadians in the face of a global situation like this.
See ya. Am I the only one that thought she was hot?
What?
I said, am I the only one that thought she was hot?
Yes.
Yes.
And Jeff must have left out because I see where is she?
Hey, Amish. Golden Eyes. Ottawa
Golden Eyes
Valley.
is in here. She was
I
on
sent
Jeff's
you an
channel, so
email. Tell me
Jeff-
if you got it.
Jeff must have went to bed. I think beat after beat took What's up, Amish?
Amish is all kinds of fun.
Look, I keep looking for an emoji that's like drywall or Amish, but they don't have one.
Uh-huh.
Seems like a conspiracy.
There was a couple of things that hit me in there. It was like, okay, so now that's a valid question. Who's going to pay for this? Because obviously now somebody gave them the idea. Hey, we can make some fucking money off this now.
Okay, but who are those two people? Who was the short guy or the very tall woman?
That was our Canadian. A second here. I don't want to get fucking people mixed up here. I don't want to get wrong.
Well, I know it wasn't Trudeau.
Ministers. So give me a second here. I want to find out their fucking name.
Over all the
Canadian
provinces.
Foreign Affairs Minister Francis Philippe Champagne and Health Minister Patty Haydu.
Haydu.
Yeah, Hajdu.
Hey Jew, don't treat me bad.
So those are official people.
A little bit of British for you. So basically, we're doing everything everybody else is doing, and we don't know who's going to pay for it.
The one question that deflects who's paying, laugh my ass off.
Obviously, the citizens are paying for everything. They're not paying for it.
Does anybody, Told you want to add anything?
No, buddy. To me, all they're gonna do is bring in the sick and let them loose.
Oh, do you want to post that link of the EU or what was it? Canada, United States, Mexico, packing together.
Okay, so wouldn't that be a healthcare issue? And don't you guys give up like half your paycheck to have free healthcare?
We give up half our fucking paycheck, and we don't even know what the fuck we're
It's
paying
not out of
for.
our paycheck. It also comes out of
It comes out of our groceries,
pretty much
our
everything.
house,
Okay, so
everything.
that should have been a rhetorical question then.
It's
basically.
supposed to just come out of our paycheck at one time, but I'm pretty sure today they fucked around so much with their health
Everything. It comes out of it.
benefits and everything that
Everything you're taxed for.
Now we got to grab it from here and there, and they're just assholes.
Well, I mean,
Bunch of
basically that
thieves.
was a rhetorical question, and they were looking to see if they were going to answer it and just say, well, of course the citizens are, but they didn't.
Oh, that's the one that's in Steam. Prick.
Well, see, that's the thing. When it comes to government, always the citizens are
Do you
going
want
to
me
pay
to
for
get it?
whatever it is
No,
they do.
I'm turning it off. Too late.
Oh. Yeah, so Ottawa Valley, you should have an email from me. Just saying.
So, yeah, okay.
Say whatever you need to say because I'm wrapping it up soon. So if you have something to say and it's on your mind, Spartacus, send it out there. This is the time. This is an open floor.
All I can say is we're all just fucked.
I think it's disgusting, really.
Yeah, well, it's going to get paid for, and it's going to get paid for through tax dollars. So, I mean, that's the bottom line.
Yeah.
I don't.
There's
see
no
that in
secret
there
there. Anytime the government's
I
involved
could
and
do
it
it.
comes to payment factor, it's always the citizens who are going to pay for everything. So, because they aren't contributing, they aren't working in the private sector, considering, their taxes, they're not. It's all ridiculous. So health is provincial jurisdiction.
There we go. It was in this too.
You sure you don't have the coronavirus?
I probably do now. It's in Ontario.
Oh,
I'm not
that
gonna
plane
do it.
from China landed in Chicago yesterday with 80 passengers from.
There you go.
China.
Everybody just check that out. And let's see. We'll have a discussion. Well, OG World Order is giving you some homework to read so we can talk about it tomorrow. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe the next day, but something like that.
Yeah, one of these days.
So everybody, lots of love. Hope you have a good night. Hopefully this was just a information stream, so pass it along to your friends and family, hit the like, and go Go
Drink
check
more
out
Ovaltine.
Spartacus 1775.
Thank you, bud.
Yeah, no problem, man. Go check out Ottawa Valley Chronicles. Go check out
Who was the Phoenix guy? Oh, that was somewhere. Sorry.
yeah.
Oh yeah, he was here when Gary was here. He said Phoenix.
Eric,
What was it? Phoenix Auditing or Phoenix?
go check out Beat After Beat. Oh, the Phoenix Auditing. That was Tepe's friend.
Yeah. What? Do you know what his channel was? Phoenix.
Phoenix Auditor.
All right, I'll check it out. And drink more Ovaltine.
Yes. So, oh, hey, Hesperia. Sorry you're catching us on the
Yeah, Speria.
on the
What's up,
get-go.
buddy?
But everybody, lots of love, and talk to you later.
All right,
Yeah, have a good night, everyone.
Take it easy, Toss.
You too, buddy.